Hi guys, welcome to Lwazie'sSpace where you keep things real and authentic as possible. You guys, I just want to say happy belated Mother's Day to all moms out there. Before I get to continue with my conversation, I hope you guys know that you're highly appreciated. We love it and we see what you do, queens. So, okay, guys, I have a story time today. I honestly was a bit hesitant to tell you this story because hi, Shim. So, you guys, we all know that when you work, especially when you work with other people, grown folks, you're bound to clash. Awukaze wasebenza in a place where everything is so harmonious. You do clash with other personalities, and hey, Namige, I did, and some will do that to you that bad. I'm gonna explain what's okay, guys. What do dating means is that when a person does things that you least expect them to do, someone that just screws you over, they do that. So they do date you, okay? So, guys, hi, guys. So there was a couple that do date the ish out of me at work. This is a few years ago, I think a year or two, guys. So I got this work, everything was just so nice. You know, when you are enjoying work, man, never mind the normal stresses that you go through at work and all that. I young into data a couple. So I was friends with everybody. You know what, when you're at work, especially with the call center environment, you guys, I've been at a call center. So we were just umuntu in a cubicle yakhe. Basically it was just enough spacious. I worked with grown folks, everything was so chilled, the environment in J. Our campaign was the campaign, right? I get shooting up. We always alternate places. I think our manager had this thing of, she wants all of us to be unity. She wants all of us to be friends and all that, to a point where, you guys, the way we were so friends, we got to order, like, you know those beauty products where everybody orders. We were those type of girls. We got each other like that. So even if you are broke, or there's something wrong, you don't feel ashamed to share, and then the next person can say, you know what, I'll give you 1,000 month end again. Now you have to do the same, yabo. So that was the situation. Kanti angikakazi angibuzanga elangeni. I get okay. So she was an Indian lady, right? In the group we were mixed. It was in right? Hi. She joins the whole team again. It was nice. We welcomed the lady, we chat with her and all sort of things. She tells me, I'm going through a rough patch. I'm like, why? Because she's like right next to me, so we got to know each other better rather. I guess so. She talks to me. Oh, this is the situation. I've moved out. Uyabona umuntu mezelo exoxela manje emsebenzini uthi nawe ugcine suthanda ukwazi ngayo ukuthi how spend money kunjani. People that you don't know, but the way they are being described, you feel like you have an understanding ukuthi umuntu kanjani. Now you grow to loving them, right? So that was the situation. She tells me, oh, at home, I got to see her son. I used to ask. So things were tough. It was bad. She recently came to work, and in the Indadake was working then. When I got to work, in the Indadake was already working. It's just that he was a guy, so I wasn't close to him. I got to know him via her, the lady, the missus, right? Ugeli-ke axoxe, oh, and ilo muntu lo okhuluma nesizulu. Uyababo laba abantu laba nje abayithina, right? Okay, we share lunch, we talk. Yabona nje, no, I'd lend you this, don't worry about that. Because I'm that type, vele ke nami shame. We talk here, and then Shutsi, there was a time where we lent each other money. I give her the money, she brings it back, so it wasn't a big deal. It was fine. Shutsi, we work on weekends. we started getting really close when I used to work on weekends, and I wanted overtime. She wanted the same. She told me, listen, this is what my man tells me. If you work overtime here, you don't have time. You don't have to knock off the targets that you have in order for you to get the rankings that you need. So we had rankings, oh, I wanted like 3,000 extra, I want 2,000 extra, blah, 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 blah. Those were incentives for emsebenzini, right? Vele ngiyayithandela ke imali, ngiyathanda ukuchumana nalabo abanemali, right? Hayi abayakhayo, not abanayo. Hayi ngihlale, it's okay, on weekends I'm going to come to work. I go to work, I bring extra lunch. It's all chilled, it's nice. I okay, Lige introduced me to her man, we talk, and then he also comes to our bay or our area when during weekends, because Kswegu empty, right? We work together. He teaches me, this is what you do, understand it like that. Yabonja, I start knowing them as Ochomi Bam. Give imali freely. You are able to get up and get water and forget about your stuff because you know everybody is okay with it. I mean, I recently bought a phone, right? This phone was a contract phone, right? It was worth a lot of money. I'm not going to give a shout out to the brand, hell no. So this phone ngithenge ifike, and then they were the first to see, I think, from a crew, but they didn't know Tibona Bokala because I brought a phone weekend. Then they were like, oh my god, it's so nice and wada wada. And I'm like, thank you. They're like, the pictures are really nice. We take pictures. Guys, we were that chilled, right? Time goes by. Situation gets tough. I know whenever sex of month end, it gets tough for all of us. So okay, I start with this thing. It's okay, I'm gonna give you money for cigarettes, but you're gonna have to actually like pay me month end, and I'm going to count this money. We used to joke about that, guys, because we knew at work there were a lot of smokers, guys. So it wasn't a problem when you are low on change, because that's what we used to normally buy it with when month ends come. Nobody has money to go eat or whatnot, so you buy loose on a daily basis, right? We give each other money. Ngibon ukuthi no, yazin. I am working now and I'm just coming back from break. I cannot go to my bag and actually give you the change or the 5 friends or whatnot. How about you wait? I tell the chick because she asked for it. So she says, no, I'm also back from break. Now I cannot leave because we had rules at work, guys. Uti, after break, you cannot then come back and say, put yourself on a tea, or I mean on a toilet break and then go again outside. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You are not responsible at all. So I wait for my next break or for my toilet break, right? Again 1 hour after, and then I put myself on a toilet break, right? I go to give the money lady low, and then she says, no, how about you go with my husband because it's his break now. She then emails him and then he signals to me so that I can get the money, right? I go with the guy to my locker. Here, guys, on the lockers, it's both guys, ladies, and gents. I it's just that you have a key for your locker and whatnot. So what I do, ngivule lock. Well, I recently had an issue in the locker yamuki. Ngivule locker yami, ngivule isikhwama. Oh, guy, he's standing like, guys. Honestly, I left him standing right at the door of a locker room, if I may say. So he's turned. He's looking ngale. He's ngatiwan. His back is facing me, meaning he's just waiting for the money. He really doesn't even care. That's on my mind because that's the last sight I saw cutting gimbon. Givules comments mali gimnikez umfana wabantu, okay? After giving him the money, he goes. He says, okay, thank you, Lazi, wada. And then at Mese Hambil, I take my phone from my la breast, right? Because late from break and we were not allowed to come with phones on the floor. So ngayifaka emabeleni ngathi yazi ngizocisha kufaka emabeleni, and then when it's tea time I'm gonna have to run back and go throw you esikhwameni. I put my phone back, zip everything, close my locker and go. Did not lock it. It's not like my locker is the only locker. There are cameras here, okay? Everybody knows ukuthi kunama camera, so you can't steal. Plus sonke siyasebenza lana. I go back. The guy comes back. Kanti angazi mina ukuthi uguy it's his last day at work. Engisignala ethi asihambe sekwi-break. He's logging off and he's taking all his belongings because he's been suspended. Guys. And lady did not tell me that the lady that is sitting next to me, Gutai, my husband is now a wara because he did 1, 2, and 3. So I'm like, okay, cool. But you know, there are those type of people. So fine. And she's like, thanks, and then we ignore everything. Hi, but guys, second break, I think it was my break again. I go back to my locker. I now want to take my money pillar and my phone in and check up if that's a norm veil. I need to get fresh air outside. Hi, but phone you there, phone out there. Mali, okay, at least give my go by note. It was 50 rand. I did not care because Gogo was no 50 rand in notes. Just what I say no to guy, and then he took my phone, and I'm like, oh my god. So and then it rings, meaning it's okay. Let me run back to my place, my cubicle, and check and double check because I might be forgetful. I ran back to my cubicle, you guys, and there's nothing. I go back to the locker and there's nothing. It's just my bag and my bag is open. And I know for a fact, I close my bag. I know myself. I close my bag. And I'm like, hey, someone was here. The way my head was spinning, my phone, I only had it for like what, you guys? I think a month. Right after my birthday, I remember I celebrated, I bought myself this phone and I came back to work. And boom, my phone is gone. I was like, what is going on? Someone is pranking me. I started laughing. It's okay, someone is pranking me because wow, ikukulami. Okay, cool. And I'm like, okay, if they can't prank me, who can go to someone's bag? That's like illegal-ish. Hi, bro. You know, Jay, I was so dumbfounded. I was so out of place, you guys. I honestly, everything just went blank. I had like a brain freeze. I was like, what is going on? I started checking for my phone. I went to the bathroom, lifted my shirt, checked my bra. You guys, you know when they say umuntu, I make an example. Umuntu melahlele imoto, ugena nasendlini iPhone. I felt like that. I checked my bra. I lifted up my tights. I checked. Because I was like, okay, if maybe, what if it slipped through the tie, the bra and it went inside the tights? What if? Guys, I checked. No phone. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to HR because wow. I was like, guys, I was known. I'm one person who is not the type that likes to how can I say? I'm not the type that is a person who complains. I go to complain when I have been when I'm fed up, guys, when it's like right here. That's when I go to complain, and that's when I become rebellious. They knew me, shame. I try my best to be decent and diplomatic, but you would see in my eyes that I'm about to chew you. So I was like, okay, cool. I go and I'm like, okay, I have to report something. There's something that is happening. When I enter there, there's a lady who's sitting down and her eyes are so red. And they're like, okay, don't worry. We're still going to open a case. And I'm like, hey, okay. I couldn't close my mouth because I was like, hold right. I didn't know what they were talking about, but something in me just said, you know what? it is about things that are stolen, and what if this person stole your things? And I was like, okay, let me listen. This lady is crying. I'm like, why are you crying, my lovey? She tells me, oh no, I just went for a hearing. So there's this guy, blah, 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 blah. He stole my phone and then he's getting dismissed and suspended. They are telling me that we're still going to have a disciplinary hearing. He's still going to come back. And guess what? My phone is not here. And my mom is blah, 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 blah. You know, she just went on, and then my head started, yay, 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 yay. I was like, what the heck is happening? Because then this means shutinam, someone has done that to me. Strong. Hi. And then I get a chance to speak to the guy, KKH, and I'm like, my phone is stolen, blah, 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 blah. And then he says, when? I tell him during the time, blah, blah, blah. I try to get on my thoughts, and I made sure Uti cat is right, because they have to check on the camera. Now, I cannot say I don't know when I lost it. I don't have to spend the whole day watching that CCTV. And then he's like, we're going to talk about, oh, don't worry, we'll get to it. I'll get someone, we'll have a look at it. And I was like, no, I want to have a look at it now. Thank you very much. I wanted to have a look at it now because the person was going to leave. And guess what? It was already about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, going to evening. And at 7, we clock off, and the person was going to leave with my phone. We check, you guys, we check the CCTV. So we kept on skipping because they wanted to check during the times I had said, right? You know, work and the procedure and how, you know. So they had to ask, when was your break? And they had to go now check on the times that I had logged on break on my system to see whether it does correspond with what I'm saying, right? And it did. Thank God I had followed through. So they check, okay, she did go, blah, blah, blah. I said, I went to the toilet, I did go. And then they go to the cameras to follow who I was working with. Where did I go to? Because I told them, this is what I did. And on the cameras, it showed. But that part, when it was stolen, it did not show because they saw me going, they saw me putting the phone, they saw me doing all the things that I said I'd done. But now we had to wait to see who then went back in there and took the phone during those time after I had left a phone and before I had came back for a break, because I'd said after a break leyo ngabuyela kwi-break yesibili, sengibuya kwi-break yesibili ayiseki phone. And you know, guys, honestly, I never thought that it was the couple that actually sat next to me that I actually freaking fed. And I'm like, hey, I come back, so I couldn't contain myself. I started crying because, you know, when I'm angry, you guys, I cry a lot. That's my only way to calm myself down. And that's my only way to keep that in me. So I was like, you know what? I started crying, you guys. My manager came and he's like, what is going on? I started telling him, this is the situation. My phone is stolen and blah, 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 blah. He goes with me. Kanti naye girlfriend wakhe is the lady I was with who was crying the phone. Then she tells me, Yazi, there's this guy, githi mina omupho guy. Oyilahla lapho. He then tells me there's this guy. He stood up and he left. Remember when you were going to the loo and you put yourself on toilet break and whatnot? You went and then the guy followed you. God said, now who's the guy? What's okay? Met him, the one that you sit next to, is fired because of stealing phone. And guess what? We saw him with camera. And I'm like, so he's the one that stole your girlfriend's phone? And he's like, yeah. Shame, man. I feel so bad. I feel like we are about to have Ama Rose here at work. It's now not safe. And here I am crying. He's trying to console me. Jay, he was all sad. We just sitting there. He's smoking. Guys, the way guys, I wasn't a smoker at that time. But I honestly was like, can you give me that? Because I felt like, what is going on? I wanted to calm myself down. I honestly did not know what to do. And then something in me just said, it's this guy. And the only thing I wanted to do is prove what it's that guy. I was like, as in, I'm not going back to work. I am finding my phone. I'm not joking. I go back to the place. Mind you, they tell you, we are doing an investigation. So you are not allowed to interrupt and go cause a scene. Because you had reported this, you are then going to wait for us to find who it is and then talk to them. It's not you to go and say, I want it back. Da, 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 da. We have to do things accordingly. That pissed me off. I come back and I said, you guys, they see me, my eyes were red. My eyes get red. I feel like yonke tension is up vela le mehlweni. They're like, what is going on? Oh, shame, what's up? And I'm like, yes, guys, someone stole my phone. And guys, she was the first one to hug me. Oh, babe. Wow. Yay. 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 Oh, Judas. Be very aware of Judas. You know, the one that you chill with the most is the one that gets to screw you over. Just know that. Aibo, they hug me. How babe, ubani, ukhuluma nesizulu ukuthi nje yazini. Vele at that time I couldn't even speak English, guys. My mother tongue kicked in because nesingisi ngangingasakwazi ukusikhuluma. I felt like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, hayi, ifoni yami uthi oh, yabona nje. I sit down, I tried to calm myself down, I drank water. Yabona nje. While I was doing that, I'm waiting ukuthi phela bangibiza. Hayibo abangibiza abantu abangibiza. Githi guys, as I lost my phone, and then the girls started talking in the crew, in the team. Ukuthi hayibo guys, like we all know this phone. Hayibo, this phone is new. What the hell is going on? Who knows your locker? That's the thing, because pila tina siyazana sodala. It means then if you get to lose your phone, sonke ke pila we in danger, because the way we trust each other. Mengabe umuntu yokukhiyela uyashuthi nami ngicela ungiphathele isitsha sami ungikhiphele. Yabo leyo nto le. That's how close we were. So people started being like, whoa, what the hell is happening, you guys? Okay, everybody wanted to know what is going on. So I go back and then I wait up until late. We couldn't get ECC TV footage. I go back to the next morning to work. At this time, you guys, I felt so defeated. Vela, I'm a person who had like social anxiety and who was dealing with my own things, but it wasn't as bad. But then it just, I don't know how you associate your social anxiety with anger. I think it just goes right out the window and you become so rebellious. I don't know. It just went out of the window, and the way I was feeling, I honestly did. If it wasn't at work, and guys, I'm one who does not promote violence, but when I get to that point where I am pushed to the maximum level, I honestly feel like it's the only way to resolve. Aibo. So okay, we go back, we see a camera. When I check, guy is not at work. Because something in me was like, what if uyena? Because uyena kuphelezeli. I'm getting a bigger, okay, is not at work, and then she greets and she's like, hi, how are you? Like they're very down. I'm thinking, okay, they always have their own issues. So I'm like, hi. And she's like, how are you doing? I'm like, yeah, fine, you know. When are you going to go check? I'm like, I will go check now. She's like, okay, cool. Then the other girls, we have a meeting in the morning, and then I excuse myself. I need to go to HR and I need to find out what's happening, right? Excuse me. I can't open a case because then at work they had said, we're going to make sure we find out and we will follow necessary procedures. I go back, we check, we wait. They question me, are you sure that you took the phone? You know, when you are now starting to even doubt yourself, did I go back? Honestly, because at the CCTV thing, I couldn't see. I don't know what told me to just sit and go back again. I went back again, back and forth, because the guy was assisting other people and then assisting me as well. My other manager now had to come, sit down, and actually see what's happening. And then while we were checking, everything was on slow mo. We see the guy. So the guy, straight from outside, he wasn't allowed to go in, and it's inside the office at work. So the lockers, it's first the reception area, which you use your tag to walk into the reception. And then in the reception area, it's the lockers. And then from the reception area, then it's another Booms Gate type of situation that you have to did him and get into the office. So he was able to get in from outside to the reception area and the lockers. He wasn't welcome in the office. Guy, the cameras showed him coming in, sprinting. Hey, guys, it was like he calculated everything. He went straight to my locker. It was like someone who knew what's okay, number 3 or number bar. Ran to the locker, opened, zipped, took the phone, took the money, closed the zip. We had to follow him now with the cameras. It's okay, he's here. He did that. It wasn't even 1 minute. Now you have to walk like you are not suspicious, you guys, because the security guard is there, sitting down and waiting. Okay, whoever's suspicious, whoever doesn't have it, I'm going to be able to see them. The way inside the lockers, and then he went out like umuntu okhohliwe mhlawumbe ade uyothatha ugwayi or something, took my stuff, and then he left. Shuthi he went home, straight home, because he knew ukuthi sekubhemile vele ngizoxoshwa. At the end of the day, I've been seen stealing someone's things, so why not go and steal more? Apparently he stole other people's stuff too, but the fact that nje ungithathele mina, I was like, okay, ububhema mina wena zonke le ntsuku. How do you do that? I should say ngibone kenza njalo. After doing that, my manager should say, they know what alo zibuye zishube zimpringane mesenyanyile. He then says, how about you take a walk outside? I'm like, no, thank you. I don't want to walk. I want to go back to my place. Now, when I go back to my place, the lady is next to me, right? And it's her man. And they know this because they've been pushing about this cigarette thing. So I don't understand what is going on. Genzi Slim. Waphinde wahamba wayolala kandoda yakhe nendoda yakhe. Wabuye ekuseni wazongibuza ukuthi how I am. How do you do that? I was like, hey, they're playing games. Laba, they will see. I will show them that I am also a woman that I can be sometimes. I am not a Samaritan at this time. Haibo. I should say, okay, I go back. When I was going back to, as I was telling the story, the battery has died. Sorry, guys. I had to catch a nap and also pull myself towards myself because I was really getting on my feels, honestly speaking. So, okay, as I was going to the lady, right, to just, guys, it's not me wanting to cause a scene or anything. I just wanted to ask her, how do you do that? Like, seriously. Maybe it was going to get to a point where things get heated up. I don't know. But honestly, I just wanted to know how do you do me like that? Because I know how close they were. They were really close. There were things that he had done and we had spoken about. She had, told us, hello, gabe kanje, gabe ebe kanje. Simtshela ukuthi awuzoba right kanjani kanjani. For her to then not hayibo angamkhuzi ngisho umkhuza ukuthi asinyelwe isihlahla. Okay, ngathi mina now I'm going back. Suthi ngisho kulaka aba manager manje. Ngithi now I'm going back to my place. Thank you very much. Mese kuthiwa, but you have to know this, that if you confront her or hit her, you are going to be fired as well. And then it changes, Kemanj. yonke into because vele ngangizombuza, and uma vele bengibhedela vele kwakuzogcina lapho ukuthi I don't want to say it but nje kwathiwa nje confronta because kusayi investigation kuyafana uzobe usuyimesa up lento futhi mengabe kwaba physical nizoxoshwa naye. So eyiphi into engcono ukuthi ulahlele umsebenzi ngoba nje ufuna ukukhipha leyo nto ukuthi ugilile or what. Gabon yazini, at the end of the day I'm still going to need money to pay this off. It's a contract after all. And I'm going to have to, I don't know, honestly guys, I did feel like I am being put in a place, in a very uncomfortable position where I have to swallow whatever it is that I'm feeling, swallow this big apple, act normal and tiptoe around someone ongdudetil. That's how I honestly did feel. I wasn't really happy with what had happened. It just made me feel a certain way. It made me regret so many decisions in life. You know, when you are going through Masuko and you like, wow, how did I even end up in this place? Because guys, I have to say this. You know, it's nice to make money. It's nice to be able to bypass in life and just quickly jump into working, but you deal with a lot of things that you are not used to in the and honestly you go through a lot of ish on a daily basis. Some it makes you strong, some it screws you over so much. Your thinking processes, stresses, diets nje ziyamesana shem ezinye izinto. What I had gained lapana, honestly, money wise, I do not want to lie, I did do a lot of stuff that I wished to do, but when it comes to my mental health or health in overall, it screwed me over, Shim. I don't know how many times I have had to fight for myself in that place, guys. It was a love and war type of relationship. Beautiful place. Beautiful space, I won't lie, but I had to fight a lot of things in that place. I won't lie. A lot of times. Sometimes fight for what I've worked for. It's a normal gegodwa. It's not like it's only that workspace. If you are in the call center industry, blazike, you always have to I guess they hire you ngokwazi ukuthi avele wena uyigogeta uyayilwela and uyayikhulumela at the end of the day. It needs someone who's going to be like that. I gained a few tough girl traits. Namkhona ukuthi hayi yabo la uyakhuluma. When I got there, guys, I was like, yes. Hayi ngafunda khona ukuthi lalela uyaphamisa amehlo wavule. Ukhulume uyilwele into yakho half day. Because if you don't, shame, nothing will happen for you. You will just be nje umuntu oidomet basically. So ngagcina ngamenzanga lutho kuntombo. As much as I would have liked to give her a piece of my mind, I couldn't. But guys, I honestly, I had to address omunye umuntu ngibe ngimtshela yena. Yabona lento lokudla ngangisengimgudla. I had to heal. Guys, I had to heal. Ngimkhudla ngikhulume nomunye futhi engasahlela ehleli opposite mina futhi. Ngithi nje ave ngihalela ithuba nalo lithathe ifoni. Ngizothini because naye mekhuluma yambona umuntu o guilty by ama actions akhe wonke. Kodwa nje omengo ukuthi ngisizwa ukuthi nanka ama principal enkampani or I procedure enkampani ukusala ngikaze kumina. It was that type of situation. And bazama shemu explain bathi no Lwazi, it's not like we are being like that. What if she just didn't know ukuthi indoda yakhe took your phone? What if indoda yakhe decided to steal ihambe yowenza izinto and then when she came back home yangamtshela ngathi mina I know them. the thing is nje kwakuyilapho mina namabhozi ami ukuthi mina ngiyabazi phela ngiyahlala nabo mina ngiyazi oyedwa ukuthi menze ukuthi bayakwazi ukushashana abantu bayikhaphula at the end of the day. So nje yo guys, I won't lie, that just, it taught me kakhulu. Shem, that place, I always say it was a love and war type of situation with that place. It did teach me a lot. Financial independence I did gain, but your challenges, I shame.